Hey Team DSF, this is your girl Tanaya-Marcia Silhouette, and I have a guest presenter with me, Mr. Will Smith, CEO of Nappy Blueprint, and this is your Team DSF weekly business training. And the topic that I want to go over this week is how to properly follow up with prospects who have said no to your business opportunity with actual scenarios. So I have 4 scenarios that I want to focus on tonight, and these are the ones that I feel, in my opinion, are the ones that you're going to deal with the most. People who have said no probably have not even gotten to step 2 or step 3 of your CTE, which is they probably haven't seen anything, a tool, a video, or anything. And if they have, they probably haven't gotten to third party. But these follow-up scenarios that I'm going to go through, even if they have gotten to step 2 or step 3 of the CTE, they can still apply. Because as you know, in my trainings, I always focus on connecting with people and actually listening to what they're saying instead of just regurgitating information or trying to run the conversation. So I'm going to go through 4 different scenarios, and Will is going to be my prospect. And the first one I'm going to go over is following up with someone who probably hasn't seen anything. They just outright said they're not interested, and you asked to keep them in the loop and they said yes. So we'll just act like I already shared the business with him and he said no, and he has not seen anything. He doesn't even really know what my business is other than maybe what he sees me post on social media, but he's never read any kind of tools or watched any videos or even done any research. He just doesn't want anything to do with it based on whatever reason. And I asked him, hey, can I keep you in the loop? And he said, yeah. So as I'm going through my database and thinking about my friends and family that I haven't spoken to in a while, he popped up. So this is that follow-up. So let's just act like I called you on the phone.
Okay.
Hey, Will, how's it going?
Everything's going good. Can't complain too much. How's everything with you?
Good. I'm running around busy, just working on building these businesses, so I'm just really excited. How have you been with your life?
Things has kind of been the same, nothing really too new or too major, still dealing with work issues, but,
Okay. All right. Well, I know that I had shared a little bit about my business with you before, and at the time you weren't interested, but you did say it was okay for me to keep you in the loop. There are some actual new things that I wanted to touch base with you on, and sounds like, they might help you, especially with your work issues. Would you be interested if I shared some updated information with you on what's going on with our business?
Oh, yeah, sure. That's fine right there. You can still keep me informed of everything you got going on.
Okay. So I'm going to email you some information because we just came from this amazing convention a couple weeks ago, and it has some updated information on what our business opportunity is, where it's going in the future. And I also would like to sit down with you so you could just, keep me in the loop on what's going on with you. I want to know about these work issues. Maybe there's something I can do to help.
Sounds good. Of course, I'll make sure you give me that information and everything, and we can go from there.
Okay. And when would be a good time for us to sit down and chat?
Typically the middle of the week, like on Wednesday and Thursday is good with me.
Okay, so how about we link up for coffee Wednesday during lunchtime?
Sounds good.
Okay, cool. All right, so Wednesday during lunch, we'll link up, and right after this phone call, I have a couple more calls to make, but I'll make sure I definitely send you that information via email tonight.
Okay, I'll be looking for it.
All right, cool.
All right.
Bye. So that's the first scenario, and once again, one of the things I want to note on that is that, yeah, I'm ready to just hurry up and tell him about all these updates, but I wanted to acknowledge what he just told me is that he's going through some work issues, okay? And it's always better if they're local to link up with them in person. Even though you're going to send them information via email, depending on what it is, they might have questions. So it's good to just link up with them in person. Now, I could have invited a third party to that meeting, but being that I don't know exactly what his work issues are, I didn't want to do that. So I just wanted to be him and I just talking as friends. And then depending on what happens at that meeting, then I might offer a third party option for him at that point. So once again, it's all about making the prospect feel comfortable, not necessarily just going through the steps just to get them through it, because you want to let them know that you're actually genuinely interested in what's going on in their life, not just trying to sell them your business. So the second scenario that I want to go through is when someone says no to you and you ask them how they're doing and they just outright ask you how your business is. This happens a lot, especially when you're being consistent and actually doing your core habits, doing your business properly, and people start watching you, because they might not be interested now, but if they see that you're sticking with it, it becomes more real to them. Like, okay, this is not just some scam that they were trying to get me into. They're actually doing this thing for real, but they haven't yet said anything to you because maybe they feel a little weird that they shut you down the first time, or it wasn't the right time for them, whatever reason. So if you are properly following up with them and keeping them in the loop, then maybe it might come up. So here's that scenario. Hey, Will, how you doing?
Not too bad. How about yourself?
Great. I'm just running around, building my businesses. You know me, I'm always busy.
Oh, yeah, I do remember you telling me about that. How's that business thing going for you?
It's great. Actually, I've advanced in rank in my company. I've brought on some new business partners since the last time you and I spoke. And, I'm really, really starting to see some income coming in. So it's really helping me out with my son and I. And, with this work thing, I'm able to fall back a little on that 9 to 5 and just focus more on my passion.
Oh, yeah, that's real good. Something. I have seen you out there a little busy, a little bit more than what's usual. So is that what it is?
Yeah, but it's funny because, like, even though I'm like growing in this business, it's just so fun. It doesn't even feel like work or anything. And that's why I love doing this more than my 9 to 5. And I'm able to fall back because I'm actually enjoying life and actually spending more time with my son while I'm doing it.
Yeah, that sounds real good. I'm proud of you with that. I kind of like that. I like someone that stays busy like that. And it seems to be that what you're doing has really got you happy right now.
Oh yeah, I'm much happier than the last time we spoke. I know it's been a minute.
That's good. Yeah. Of course, So yeah, that is real good. So a little bit about that more business thing. What all do you do with that?
Well, I'm actually heading to a meeting right now, so I don't have much time to talk about it at the moment. But what's your schedule like in the next couple of days? I would love to sit down with you and a business partner, and we can go over everything that we do.
Okay, well, I just finished on my finals, so the rest of this week, all my evenings are pretty much free.
Okay. All right. So, do you want to get together tomorrow?
I could do either lunch or sometime after work. I usually get up around about 4:30.
Okay. Well, I'll double check with my business partner, but I'm pretty sure that one of my business partners is actually going to be free during lunch tomorrow. So let's schedule tomorrow at lunch, and I'll bring him along with me. And in the meantime, I have an app that I can plug your information. I have your info. If you agree, I'll plug your information into that app, and it can send you some preliminary information on what it is that our business entails. Because I know you didn't really get a chance to look at that the last time.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay. So I can plug your email and your cell phone in there. That's fine.
Oh yeah, sure. Do you still have everything?
Yeah. Is it still the same number from last year?
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
It is.
Okay. All right. So I'll go ahead and do that tonight. After this meeting that I'm going to, and then I'll see you tomorrow at lunch, and I'll bring my business partner with me.
Okay. Cool. Sounds good.
All right. Great catching up with you.
All right.
Okay. So, once again, I'm not sharing everything with him at the moment because he has not seen anything. He just told me no in the past, okay? So, I don't want to just blurt everything out on the spot. I want to get him a third party because he is outright genuinely interested in the opportunity now. And he asked me about that, and he wants to know more information. Totally different from the first scenario. So, I want you guys to understand that. I'm going off of the vibes that they're giving me and what they say that they want, and that's where I'm meeting them, okay? So that is why I was comfortable with bringing a third party to a business meeting with him versus the first person that I spoke to. So the third scenario that I want to do is when you check up on somebody, you're following up with them, they said no to your opportunity. This could be at step 1, 2, or 3. They might have been third party, they might not have been, okay? And when you follow up with them, they just give you a vibe that they still really don't care about anything that you got going on for them to get involved. So this is one of those scenarios that I want to stress because a lot of amateurs will still try to shove things down people's throat. But once again, when you're listening to people, you really have to listen to them. So we'll go through this one. Hey, Will, how you doing?
I'm good, just chilling.
Okay, all right. Well, I was driving to this business meeting that I'm going to, and I thought about you, so I figured I'd give you a call just to check in, see how everything's going with you and the family.
Okay, that's what's up. Yeah, we just cool. Right now we just chilling.
Okay, okay. How's your son? How's football? Is he still in football?
He's doing it a little bit, but the season's about to be over with, so we just kind of waiting for that. Kind of get our Saturdays back.
Oh, okay. Oh, so it's kind of busy, huh? So, are you gonna keep him in football? Or are you gonna take a break after?
Oh no, most definitely gonna keep him in there. That's something we like to do.
Oh, okay. Well, I got my son into soccer. He's been doing that every Saturday, so he's really enjoying that. And I actually got him into my business too. He has his own business as well, so he's able to incorporate that into his soccer. And he has a couple of the players on the team involved in that, so it's pretty cool. We're excited. It gives us more time to spend with each other.
Okay, yeah, that's what's up.
Okay. Well, looks like I'm pulling up to this meeting, so I just wanted to check in on you just to see how you and the family are doing. Is your daughter good?
Oh yeah, everybody's good.
All right. Well, maybe we can link up just to hang out, one time if you're free.
Okay, yeah, maybe one time.
All right. All right. Well, tell him I said hi, and I'll talk to you later.
Okay, cool.
All right. So I don't know if you heard the tone in his voice, but even when I did mention what's going on with me, which was true, I wasn't lying, I wasn't forcing it. He didn't really seem too interested in what I had going on. I showed some interest in what he had going on because, remember, the call should be genuine. You shouldn't just be faking it just to get to the point where you start bringing in the business. But, he didn't really care to ask me to elaborate on anything regarding my business or my son's business in that case. So at that point, because I'm a real friend, I still want to link up with him in general to hang out with him. And I still want to ask about his family and, make sure everything's good with them. But it just didn't seem appropriate for me to force anything else about what's going on with my business. That was, those were three things I mentioned. I'm heading to a business meeting. My business is going great. My son is doing the business as well. And, there were some similarities between my son and him. And where I might have thought he might would want to know, how is your son doing a business while he's playing sports? But he didn't care. He didn't care to ask because he's not interested. And that's his right. So the reason why I'm stressing that and restating that over and over is because I want you all to understand that if your prospect is truly not interested in your business, don't force them to be interested in your business. Just be genuine and follow up with them in their life in general. And just leave it at that, because that's really what matters is how are they doing? How's their life going? And if they don't feel that they need your business opportunity in their life, then they're doing great, according to that, and if they're not, it's not your place to force them to do anything that they don't want to do. So the fourth scenario that I want to cover is when somebody, let me see here. Let me look at this thing. Okay. When somebody, which one was this one again?
It is one.
Oh, that's the really, really busy one, right?
Right.
Okay. So we wrote these down to just kind of be structured. So this scenario is when you're extremely busy and you're the one that's interested, or? Okay, yeah. Yeah, I think we kind of covered that on one of them too. When you're really busy, but you're consistent, and they ask a whole bunch of questions about what's going on with your business, and it's not the right time for you to tell them, how do you handle that situation with that? That's the one, right? Okay. All right, so we're going to go through this scenario. Hey, Will, how you doing?
I'm good, can't complain. How's everything going your way?
Okay, it's great. Actually, I'm on my way to a meeting right now for one of my business partners. He wants me to present this opportunity with some people, so I'm just getting in the car right now, heading to that. But how's everything with you?
Everything's going good, still dealing with things with work and everything. So where you guys meeting up at?
We're actually meeting in Riverview at that, remember that cafe that you and I sat at in Riverview over on 301?
Okay, yeah, I remember that place.
Okay, yeah, we're actually going over there. I'm actually kind of running late because there's a whole bunch of traffic. Yeah, so, what's up?
Just kind of chilling, just kind of seeing what's going on with you and everything like that, and then you talking about you about to go to your little meeting thing. Now, I really wasn't paying too much attention to that, but is that the same thing that you was telling me about? Yeah,
it was.
Okay, all right, yeah, that's cool, yeah. I know last time I only looked maybe about half of the video or whatever, so, but I just want to let you know that I still do have an interest with it, you know, because I do see you out here running around and, you know, meeting up with people and all that good stuff and everything. But what else is going on with that?
It's a lot. Actually, I'm finally out of this traffic and I'm just pulling up now, but I would love to sit down and talk to you with a business partner of mine, maybe like one-on-one and maybe tomorrow. I don't have time to do it right now because I'm like running extremely late and they're waiting on me. But are you free tomorrow?
Yeah, I got time tomorrow.
Okay. So what's a good time tomorrow?
Typically after 5 is when it's good with me.
Okay, so we talked about that cafe. Seems like a good spot. There's one right now. If you want, I can link up with you tomorrow night. Maybe say 5:30.
Yeah, that sounds good because the cafe's just around the corner from me anyway.
Okay. If this is around the corner, you can actually come to this meeting. But if not, yeah, we'll say tomorrow, and I'll let one of my business partners know, and I'll make sure they're there. But I really got to go right now. But it was great to talk to you. I'll see you tomorrow.
Okay. All right. Sounds good.
Okay. So that one was a little weird, but that actually has happened to me before. You know, sometimes follow-ups are the prospects hitting you up, you know, and it might be a wrong time. It might be when you're stuck in traffic and you're, you know, trying to navigate that, or you're just busy doing something, you know, because I'm about to get on a high horse here, but when you're actually doing the business, you get busy. You know, so and that's a good thing. So when you do in that situation is you still try to give them as much attention as you can. You know, don't blow them off. You know, especially someone who's genuinely interested. But let them know, let them see that, hey, as a professional, you can't talk right now because you want to get to your meeting. You know, because you have to be a professional at your meeting, but you definitely want to grab them and put them on your calendar as soon as possible so you can give them that undivided attention that they deserve. So that is basically the follow-ups that I usually run into with people who obviously had no interest in the business, either before or after seeing any information on it, but they're watching you. And now that you're being consistent and now that you're doing this and now that it's becoming more and more real, they are seeing that maybe they should have listened and they want to know more information. And then, like I said, there's some people that they see you and they still have no interest in it, and that's totally fine because it's not for everyone. So do you want to add anything to this? Like some of your experiences?
Basically, just being genuine. Being genuine is probably the most easiest thing to do when you are talking to someone, if it's either a friend or a stranger. Because these are people who, in the future, you may actually have a genuine relationship with. You know, you might build something with. So, you know, if you start off genuine at the beginning, then it's easier to have rapport with them at the end. You know, so that's pretty much, you know, what I can share.
Yeah, and that's a good point because, like, I remember at the beginning when I was doing this almost 2 years ago, I was following up with people, and I actually was genuine, but some of my prospects thought that the only reason why I was following up with them was to talk about the business. And when I went back and thought about it, you know, it wasn't intentional, but the only time I did hit them up was when I was mentioning business. Like, I really genuinely was interested in what was going on with them, but I didn't think about that until it was like I was doing my database and I was like, oh, I haven't followed up with this prospect. And then I would think, oh, I wonder how they're doing. But you see how that was? Like, it's kind of like, I think in general, we need to pay more attention to our friends or people that we call friends and follow up with them in our lives. And if we establish that relationship with them where it's like, you know what, let me make it a point to contact, you know, the people in my life that I feel are, you know, important or whatever, and just do it on a regular basis outside of the business. Then when you're doing your database and you're going through your prospects and figuring out when was the last time I spoke to them, you've already spoken to them in general anyway. So it won't make them feel like the only time you talk to me is when it's about business. You know what I mean? Like, you need to be a better person in general. You need to be a better relationship builder in person in general about life. Then the following up part from the business perspective will come naturally, and people won't feel like, you know, we're just trying to get something out of them. Because I wouldn't want to feel that way myself, and I have in the past, and I've done it to other people, like I said. So, Has that ever happened to you?
Oh yeah, of course. Especially since I'm still fairly new. With friends, of course, I'm always talking to them, and it's a steady, every day, every other day type of deal. But typically, the people who I'm sharing the business with, I do find myself when I do think about them, it is like to share the business with them, even though I am asking them how they're doing, and I am interested. I want to see how they're doing, what's going on with them. But I do sometimes catch myself only doing that when I'm ready to share the business with them or update them with something in that nature. So I myself have to kind of work on that to actually build that rapport, with people outside the business, because these people could end up turning into either customers or distributors themselves.
Yeah, so one of the best ways to do that is Facebook, I think, because I forget, like I'm prior military, I'm all over the place, and there's people that I've been stationed with that I was really close to, and then when I leave, I don't talk to them anymore, but I might see a Facebook status come across my news feed, and then I'm like, oh, I wonder how that person's doing. So what I would say, the best way to follow up with somebody properly is to reach out to them and not even talk about the business, okay? Reach out to them. Don't say anything about your business. Just talk to them and listen to what they have to say. And when they ask how you're doing and they want to know what's been new in your life, that's when you can mention the business, because that is naturally how things work. And if you are being consistent in your business, then you'll have something to share with them. If you haven't been doing anything with your business, then there's nothing else for you to update them on, because you don't even know what's going on in your business. So it should always be a genuine process, but just go through your database of people that you say are your friends and who think are your friends. And when was the last time you've spoken to them? Reach out to them, because you never know. There might be something going on in their life that they haven't shared with social media or shared with you. And they might be waiting on your phone call. They might be thinking, man, I haven't heard from Tanaya in a while, and she never reached out to me. I'm always the one reaching out to her, and I'm just going to stop. And then they haven't said anything to you in 6 months. And then you just saying, hey, how's it going? We haven't spoken in a while. I know I've been busy, and I apologize for that. How's everything with you? And just leave it at that. Leave the door open and let them respond. And if they're really in their feelings, it might take them a couple days before they even respond to you. Because they might be trying to figure out, how do I respond to this person now that she's finally, woman enough to reach out to me, when she hasn't spoken to me in like 6 months or a year. But then when they do, maybe y'all can mend that. And like I said, even if they still say when it comes up that they're not interested in your business, at least you got a new friend back. So that's what's important, right? So do you want to add anything to that?
I'm pretty much good.
Okay. All right. Well, this was kind of short today, but I hope it helped. I tried to keep it as organized as I could, but I hope this gets you all thinking about how to better communicate with each other and your prospects. And remember, read, learn relationship building, learn how to communicate effectively. That will definitely help you in your follow-up process. Read about that in the network marketing industry. There's some good books. And then just in general, there's some good personality and people skills books out there that you can go and read or listen to if you like audio and stuff. So this is your girl, Tanaya-Marcia Silhouette, and our guest presenter, Will Smith, CEO of Nappy Blueprint. And this is the Team DSF Weekly Business Training. Peace.